The science of enlightenment. This is the first in a series of courses to explore the scientific aspect of enlightenment. Enlightenment seems to be a vague term for many people. For others it has various meanings, and with this scientific consideration we want to get it very clear. The science of enlightenment. What's the motivation of doing this? We have found that enlightenment can be reached fairly easily, but you need to have some knowledge for it. You need to know how to achieve it. You need to have an entry into it. So the motivation really, it's a help to achieve enlightenment quicker. It's a help to achieve it. You know, in our modern world today, science is widely accepted as correct knowledge. So here we have science, and science is never complete. Science is a process that goes on and on of exploring more and more knowledge. Yeah, so it's a process to explore knowledge. We'll go through these procedures that science uses to get new knowledge, to make sure that it's correct. And we'll see what needs to be refined with knowledge, with the scientific knowledge, so that enlightenment can be achieved in a very quick way, in a secure way, in a way that many can practice. So it's really a quick way to achieve enlightenment. Now, for many of you, this will be quite a contrast. How can science and enlightenment be brought together, be mentioned in one sentence, in one course? So you will be surprised at several places how we are going to achieve this. I'd like to give you a bit of an overview now, what areas we'll look at, and so say the areas that we consider, and a bit about the methodology areas in science, and how we are going to explore them. So first we'll start with mathematics. Mathematics is it's not only the language of science. Mathematics is it's also a way of thinking. So it is the language of science, yeah. But it's more than that. So understanding the basic mathematics really helps you to explore your mind, or explore a certain aspect of your mind that will be useful for achieving enlightenment. Explore your mind. The other reason everybody is interested in mathematics is it's a basis of scientific discoveries, but also it allows you to get precision, basis of precision in science and in engineering. You know, without mathematics, your car would not run always. It would probably not run at all without mathematics. Yeah. So engineering. So our modern science and engineering is really a lot based, is completely based on mathematics to get that precision in there. So it will be good to understand that. Another area we'll look at is physics. Let's change the color here. And physics is a very vast area, and there are many unsolved riddles, I would call it, in physics. So, unsolved riddles. And we'll look at many of these unsolved riddles. Yeah, if you study physics in school or in university, you'll get the impression, oh, we pretty much know all of it. But except for some areas we don't want to talk about too much, like dark energy, like dark matter, yeah. But all the rest we have under control. Unfortunately, it seems that dark energy is 68% of the content of the universe. Dark matter is 27% of the content of the universe. And all that knowledge, that complete knowledge of physics we have, is concerned with 5% of the content of the universe. That is physics. Well, let's not dwell too much in that uncomfortable area of physics here. And let's look at those 5% that we know pretty well. You know, these 5% of physics that concern with matter and energy we have here on our planet. And I mean, if you look at it in a certain way, you know pretty much about this. If you exclude some things like the ThreeBody Problem. Oops, should not do that. The ThreeBody Problem. What does that mean? It means you can solve all physics problems very easily as long as you have one or two bodies interacting. Bodies. You know, you have one particle and that hits another particle, yeah, and that particle flies off this direction and this one that direction. It's two bodies, all pretty well known. As soon as you come to three bodies, unfortunately, it is not solvable. It should make a physicist a bit humble, because everybody else knows that, they know as well, that the universe consists of more than two bodies. So that's how far physics can understand the universe, up to one or two bodies, and three bodies in special cases. Well, then there are these other nasty things like scalar waves. Scalar waves. Why would you want to deal with scalar waves? Scalar waves are a special waveform of the electromagnetic field, and they show very peculiar qualities. Then we have free energy. Free energy, of course, everybody knows is impossible. Unfortunately, there are some machines that work, and physicists wouldn't want to come near to them. So we'll delve with that. And quantum, the whole field of quantum physics. What are quanta? Yeah, it's hard to understand. Yeah, quantum physics, and many physicists have said you cannot ever understand it. And this leads to the theory of everything. The theory of everything, like unified field theories. There are several of these, and we'll deal with that. You know, how can it be proven? TOE, theory of everything. How can it be proven that it's correct, or is it constructed in a way that you can never prove it? So that's what we'll deal with physics. Then another area we'll deal with is physiology. It's another big subject. The physiology. What happens to your body when you gain this state of enlightenment? How can you understand what's going on there? And so, the physiology of enlightenment. Physiology of enlightenment. Enlightenment. Maybe I should abbreviate enlighten with E in future. Enlightenment. So what's happening to your brain? We'll look into the brain research. Yeah. The EEG, electroencephalography. What's happening to the functions of your body? What's happening with the light waves in your body, the auras, yeah, light, aura, yeah, biophotons that have been researched, and very interesting things, very much knowledge there that's available, very well researched, but ignored by most of the science community. And we'll look at other things like Vedic astrology, and why would you consider astrology in a course on science? Well, because it is scientific. It works, it can be proven that it works, and will show how it can be explained that it works and why it works. Yeah. So we'll show you the science of astrology, yeah, and how it fits in with modern science. So these are some of the topics, and probably more topics will come up as this course develops. And so that's just a synopsis of where we'll go. Let's see. The science of enlightenment. And we'll start with mathematics, and probably you can do the courses and can look at it the way you want to in any sequence, but it's good to have some basics of mathematics first. So that's the starter of it, and hope to see you again in some other videos.